bill last year to do something called rapid rehousing to help people who are just at the point of losing their houses. There's a lot of good and important work being done in the county. There's a lot of understanding of what this population is. Most, to your point, there's a great deal of understanding that that count every year, that's something that's required by HUD. And it's done that way because HUD asked it to be done that way. Nobody in the social service community thinks that's the right number. It's something we have to produce, and there are a lot of flaws with that, but there's a lot of work going on. And what I want to recommend is that when you take up this item again, you have Jamie Rowe, who is the coordinator for the 10-year homelessness plan, 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness. And I just want, for the record, to clarify, nobody thinks we're going to end homelessness in 10 years. We have a hope and a realistic possibility of ending or substantially lessening something called chronic homelessness, which involves getting the chronically homeless off the street and into housing. I think it'd be very helpful for you to hear from that group through its coordinator. What you also should know is that the Orange County Partnership to End Homelessness is, like you, a volunteer organization. It has no budget. It is made up of people from all the county jurisdictions, including me as an elected official, and service providers and interested citizens, and the homeless community even is represented on our executive team. We have had discussions about what is going to happen, what about the need for more housing for what do you call it, the men's shelter, that the non-programmatic part of the men's shelter. We are not, the organization is not an organization that on its own is going to be able to command a solution to that, but it could very possibly be a forum. It could provide a forum where the community comes together to talk about what's the next step in creating further shelters that we know we need. Maybe what we do is galvanize the faith community again to come up with a different, a broader-based solution. So that resource is very, it's very important in our community, and they're doing really good work. So I'd suggest that you hear from them. Thanks.
So would it sounds like it might make sense to invite a representative from the organization to come speak with us at our next meeting. So, okay, thank you. George?
Mr. Chairman, could I also ask if you could contact our two missing members and sort of give them an update of what's going on, so they'll be prepared at the next meeting too. They'll know what to expect. And
I'll do that.
Thank you.
All right, then if we're agreed, that's how we'll move forward. It'll come back on the agenda. Hopefully we'll be able to hear from Jamie Rowe or somebody with the organization, and we can continue deliberations on the guidelines and make them better. All right. Okay. So we'll move on now to reports. And anything CDC?
No, I wasn't at the last meeting. I was out of town, so can't report.
For the Glen Lennox NCD, a consultant has been selected, and I don't know. Do you want to report on the council meeting?
It was just a very short presentation at the council meeting, and the council was very receptive to us moving along with the visioning exercise, and was very complimentary and positive about the way that the committee is progressing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it has been going very smoothly, and so we have a consultant in place, and will actually be that consultant, if all the cards fall in the right place, will be at our meeting on November 9th, a week from tonight.
Yes.
And we'll be discussing the arrangements for setting up the visioning exercise for Glen Lennox, which will take place in January. So I think that's where we are with Glen Lennox. And Highland Woods was...
Yes, Highland Woods had their first meeting, and they came extremely prepared with data of, as far as the size of all the lots, the square footage of all the houses, setback statistics. They had looked at the other NCDs and had just very good questions, a very informed, cohesive group with a good understanding of what an NCD can do. And I think their concern is that they want to be thoughtful as far as not overlooking something that could help them. They want to be thoughtful and thorough, but it was an excellent meeting. And they changed the date of their next meeting, so I will not be able to be there as liaison. I don't know how critical it is to have the liaison there, given the high level of knowledge that this group has and how quickly this is going to move through, because they're hoping to go to council, I think, or not go to council, to come to us in December or January. That's how quickly they're moving along. But their next meeting is on November 17th. It got changed from November 10th, and I will be unable to attend.
All right. Any other reports, or if not, then we are adjourned.